all dressed up with no place to go. Well, that's what some people feel how it is today during a coronavirus environment. In fact, during the month of April, listen to this, folks, during the month of April, retail clothing sales dropped by 80%. That is the biggest decline ever, with a couple of the big names in the retail clothing business announcing bankruptcy. However, sales of sweatpants rose by 79%. What do you know? Join me this time from San Diego, as she often does, is wardrobe stylist and contributor to Politics and Profits, Lyndell Werling. Lyndell, good to see you.
Thank you for having me on, Rick.
I bet you're not surprised to hear that sale of sweatpants rose by 79% in the recent month of April, huh?
I am not at all. This Zoom behavior is certainly driving sweatpant behavior.
And I know you're following the current state of retail. Give us some of your observations on that.
I'd be happy to. And you're absolutely right. Sales have dropped. Stores, especially retail mall stores, are in jeopardy. The good news is that we're seeing some signs of rejuvenation. Unfortunately, the cancellation of social events, the precarious nature of returning to school continue to threaten these retailers' margins and their general revenue, but there's hope on the horizon.
And what is that hope?
The hope is that moving to a place where we have a little bit of incentive to dress again is returning. It's small, but it is there. Jamie Nordstrom said that the downward price pressure on these retailers that are already moving out of the retail space should create some growth in the future, hopefully soon.
In all this, of course, we talked about retail sales dropping. Does that take into consideration online retail, or is that separate?
I think it's both. And if you look at some of the retail stock recommendations right now, it's not traditional retailers. Etsy is one of the number one stock recommendations in the retail space. So there's also a trend for people trying to support small businesses, creatives, people that have really been hit hard by the COVID-19 unemployment.
And what any suggestions you have for people? Do you see things out there people are doing right or doing wrong as they try and look good on Zoom?
Well, there's certainly a formula for it. The lighting is everything. And when you get onto a Zoom call, you really should put your best foot forward. It's hard, I understand that, but finding colors that look good on you, things that make you happy, will just make you look better. It'll make you present in a more professional and comported manner, and that makes a sense if you can do it. It's understandably not a high priority for everybody, but when you can make it one, you look better, and that's what Zoom is about. We're experiencing just exhaustion from all of these Zoom and online Skype sessions. But when someone differentiates themselves and it's because they're happy and energetic, it really raises the energy of the entire session.
And I like what you said a moment ago. I like a lot of what you said, but in particular, you said lighting is everything. And I think, Lyndell, that a lot of people don't take that into consideration. They take into consideration, how am I looking from the shoulders up, which is important. But yeah, the lighting is in addition to the clothing or the hairstyle that one's doing during one of these meetings.
It is, and if you can just get by a window with great natural light, or even pull a lamp over and just make sure that you hold your cell phone up and just put that camera as if it were your Zoom session to see what you look like, small changes can make tremendous differences in a positive way.
In the remaining moments, I'd like to get your take on this. As you said, people tend to not dress up as much at home and in this environment. We all know that. And you work with a lot of business people out there all over Southern California, for example. Have you noticed, does one's attitude pick up, improve, if they take the time to dress better, even if they're just at home? Or as opposed, it seems like maybe people might feel in a rut if they're just kind of drab down every day. I don't mean once in a while.
It's true. It's so true. And that's why uniforms are important in the military. It's why they're important in businesses, because a uniform is a go-to that's been vetted for professionalism, that looks tailored. And then we know academic studies will verify that when you have something on that is actually professional, you're going to perform better. It forces you to have better posture, then your airway is open and you project, and you aren't in a sense of, I was just in my pajamas and I'm still tired, and you're lethargic. So it does make a difference. And when people spend just a brief moment and get a clean shirt, they put it on, they look in the mirror, and they feel good about themselves, it is actually reflected in the performance that they have in these sessions.
You know, you follow this stuff every day in your career and your business, and what you just said, it totally makes sense to me. Just having that look and that feel and looking in the mirror, difference between being lethargic and high energy.
Yes,
Lyndell,
it is.
Lyndell,
And especially for the fact that we're on these sessions way too much, or for a significant percentage of our workday, just put in the effort, plan a little bit ahead, and make sure that you can get something energized in your sessions. And a simple way to do it is one way that you can control what you wear.
There you go, energized. I love it. Lyndell Werling, wardrobe stylist. Once again, great content. We thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Broadcasting from the Liberatory CPA Studios. Back after this.
Politics and Profits with Rick Amato is brought to you by Liberatory Accounting, the IRS problem solvers. To find out how Liberatory Accounting can help you, call 877-6-SOLVER. That's 877-6-SOLVER.